Tonight, our special transmission as social media users initiate Blackout of Celebrities silent on Gaza War. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Aisha Ashraf. Today is the 220th day since Israel started its indiscriminate war against Palestinians. Despite international pressure, Israel has expanded its offensive in southern as well as northern Gaza. Israeli forces are engaged in fierce battles with Palestinian resistance fighters in Rafah and Jabalia refugee camp. Following Israel's attacks on Rafah, thousands of Palestinians have fled to Deir al-Bala and Khan Yunis. The United Nations reports at least 360,000 Palestinians have fled Rafah. Medical staff at Rafah's Kuwait hospital have been ordered to evacuate. The Israeli army reports in the past 24 hours, 50 of its soldiers have been wounded. Airstrikes targeted residential areas in the Brazil neighborhood in Rafah, killing at least 4 civilians, including a child. The Israeli army has forced hundreds of displaced families to evacuate 6 schools of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian refugees. The schools were serving as makeshift shelters for displaced people in the Jabalia refugee camp. Gaza's health ministry says that at least 500 medical personnel have been killed in Israel's offensive. Another 312 medical workers have been detained by Israel. The death toll from Israel's war continues to rise. At the time of writing, at least 35,034 Palestinians have been killed. A report by the United Nations estimates another 8,000 are buried under the rubble. 78,755 civilians have been wounded. Israel's revised death toll from Hamas's attacks stands at 1,139. A senior member of Israel's National Security Council has resigned. Israeli broadcaster Khan reports Yoram Hamo quit over the failure of political decisions regarding future actions in Gaza. Hamo was responsible for defense policy and strategic planning at the National Security Council. The council says Hamo had planned his departure much earlier for personal reasons. The broadcaster reports a plan recently deliberated within the council will imminently be presented to the Security Cabinet. The plan outlines civilian administration in Gaza for a period ranging from 6 months to a year. It suggests delivering essential services through Arab enterprises with eventual control handed to non-hostile local entities. The Israeli government insists future Gaza leadership should not align with Hamas. Egypt has announced to join a genocide lawsuit led by South Africa against Israel at the International Court of Justice. The decision follows Israel's deadly offensive in Gaza. Egypt has been urging Israel to adhere to its obligations and allow humanitarian aid in Gaza. Despite calls for a ceasefire, Israel continues military operations in Rafah. In January, the World Court ruled it was plausible that Israel committed genocide in Gaza. It demanded cessation of hostilities against civilians. South Africa had requested the International Court of Justice for emergency measures for Israel's withdrawal from Rafah. The United Arab Emirates has refused to administer the Gaza Strip post-war. The Gulf nation dismissed any collaboration that might legitimize Israel's actions. Foreign Minister Abdullah bin Zayed rebuked Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's insinuations of the UAE's involvement. Bin Zayed says his country is committed to supporting a Palestinian government reflective of the aspirations and integrity of the Palestinian people. In 2020, the UAE, along with a few other Arab countries, developed diplomatic ties with Israel. It was expected that Saudi Arabia would follow suit. However, Israel's war has strained the newly established relationships. Saudi Arabia's plans for developing ties has been postponed at least until the war ends. The kingdom says it will not develop ties with Israel without the establishment of a Palestinian state. Anonymous Israeli whistleblowers have revealed horrifying accounts of abuse against Palestinian detainees. CNN reports horrifying accounts of workers in the detainment detention facility in the Negev desert. They say the prisoners are subject to physical and psychological torture. They reveal detainees are constantly zip-tied, which leads to amputations. Detainees are ordered not to move, speak, or remove blindfolds. Guards are instructed to punish what they call problematic individuals through beatings. Dr. Muhammad Aran, a Palestinian detainee, describes his days in prison filled with dehumanizing treatment. After being cleared of links with Hamas, Dr. Aran and other similar detainees were forced to serve as interpreters. The Israeli military has not directly denied that the detainees are stripped of their clothing or held in diapers. It says allegations of misconduct are examined and dealt with accordingly. It insists the detainees are handcuffed based on their risk level. Trinity College in the United Kingdom has made a significant decision to divest from arms companies. The companies include Israel's largest arms manufacturer, Alberta Systems. The college is the wealthiest college within the University of Cambridge. Reports reveal the college has investments totaling £61,735 in Alberta Systems and millions more in firms profiting from Israel's occupation. Unnamed sources say the College Council had voted to remove investments from these companies in early March. Trinity has not committed to divesting from all implicated companies. It faces pressure from academics, students, and protesters demanding accountability for complicity in Israel's war. Trinity College Dublin has also announced divestment from Israeli companies amid similar protests. Social media users are collectively boycotting celebrities and influencers who have remained silent about the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The campaign is being dubbed as a digital guillotine. Activists urge blocking social media accounts of prominent figures who have not spoken out. Celebrities like Selena Gomez, Zendaya, and the Kardashian family are among the targets. The backlash intensified after the Met Gala coincided with Israel's military offensive in Rafah. Protesters criticized the event's opulence amid the crisis. The movement began with a viral TikTok video urging people to withdraw support from uninvolved celebrities. The boycott has caused celebrities to lose followers. It has prompted some celebrities to finally address the crisis. Some influencers are using their platforms for fundraising efforts. Legal scholars say dismantling of free Palestine encampments on university campuses in Alberta may have infringed upon protesters' constitutional rights. Experts argue that universities in Alberta are bound by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Despite this, the University of Calgary and University of Alberta removed encampments, leading to arrests and clashes with police. Critics question the heavy-handed approach. Alberta Premier Danielle Smith supports the police action. On the other hand, the Alberta New Democratic Party condemns it as disproportionate and a violation of students' rights. Thank you for watching. Our news is produced by Muslim Network TV, which is a not-for-profit organization. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on our broadcast or visit muslimnetwork.tv to donate now, so we can continue to amplify the voices of Muslims in Canada and abroad.